What we doing here? Huh? Honestly. Cup full of tea. Some of you going to tell me it's empty. So I've realized, I've learned on the internet, we know it's undefeated. Yeah? If I tell you the sky's blue, you might tell me it's grey, it's pink, it's red. I get it, bro. We're all entitled to our opinions. Cool. But walk with me on this one. So the way I grew, I would say I had a good childhood, a loving mother. And I was probably more towards my white side. You know, like when you're mixed race and that, you can go one of two ways, down the white road or the black road. Follow me. So my mum being white, you know, say dinner time was mashed potato, beans and them other things. All right then. What we doing here? Go nannies on a Sunday, learn about some yard food. Cool. But predominantly, I'm on my white side. My mindset is just being cool. Love football, making 2 jokes, finding time to have fun on my estate. You know, like that. But as you grow older, you start to venture out of your area, start to go around different circles of people, cousins, whatnot. You start to see a different way of life, which changes your mindset. So once upon a time, you was the cool kid. Now you're becoming a bit more arrogant, maybe, a bit more rude, a bit more disrespectful. You kind of think you're about it a little, you know. Mindset though, right? So then fast forward, you're put into other positions where it teaches you who you are. Mindset changes again. Mindset. To the point where you adapt a mindset where it's like you look on things differently to other people, which I would think is normal. You know? Some people like this, some people like that. And that's cool. But follow me. So when I spent so much time in prison, one thing I learned, if not before prison, but definitely in prison, we don't really like people talking to the police on the landing. You know what I mean? Because we're from a world where we've chosen this life. I wouldn't say it's chosen me. I would say I chose it. So now I'm in this life. There's rules, there's regulations I need to follow and abide by. One is we don't talk to the police. So what that does mentally, because it's all mental, it teaches you to have a distaste or a dislike towards those people that are telling. And they might be cool, but they're just over there though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be cool over there. That's sweet, bro. Yeah? But you learn to be like, yeah, okay, I'm not around those kind of people. And if people around me start doing that, I'm not around them either. Now, some people might look at it and say, oh, doesn't bother me though. And that's your opinion. That's cool. This is what makes us different though. You know? So I say all of that to say, good money or all money is not always good money. All business is not always good business. So examples of that would be, if you're growing up and you're a hustler and you have customers, for example, it's the only way I can break it down to you, you know. You're not going to want to deal with the people that are allegedly stick up kids, people that are bad for business. You want to deal with the people that are, they come with their cash, you know, they're good for it. You've checked your history on them. Sweet. You know? Someone might call you one day. They want to spend a whole lot of money with you, but you know their reputation's quite bad. You know, they got bad habits, bad traits. You don't really want to deal with those kind of people, and I get that. Doesn't make you a coward. Just means you got sense. You don't deal with them. You leave them over there. You know what I'm saying? When Man United bought Anthony for 80-something mil, that was bad business, bro. Terrible business, bro. When Chelsea spent 80-something mil on Mudryk, that was bad business, bro. Terrible business. So I use those examples to say, not all business is good business. Now, going back to what I was alluding to on my story when I asked you to walk with me, if you've grown up with this kind of mindset that you don't deal with certain people, why would you change that when you get older? That would still be your mindset. So, for example, when we mentioned Andrew, who reached out, showed support, told people that I know, I like what my man's doing. If he needs any help, I'm here. I received that message and I said, cool, good to know. Because again, I'm not hating on you for what you've done. I'm just saying you're over there because of what you've done. Because there's certain morals and certain principles that I have to stand on because I picked this way of life. You don't just flick it off like a lot of people seem to do as they get older, and their excuse will be, well, I'm older now. I'm not that way inclined. Well, what happened to being older but just still being you though? No? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I say that to say, when I separated the line between myself and Andrew, it wasn't about disrespect. It wasn't about trying to stop his momentum. Somebody that's got way more subscribers than me, that's been doing it way longer than me in this space. But that's how it was perceived. And that's cool, that's fine. Opinions again. But that was never my agenda. I just wanted to show people that this is what I do and this is why we're different. Now, I didn't have to do it. And check the play. If I didn't do it and I took Andrew's help, why would I be taking his help? It could only be for personal gain, right? It may help me in the space I'm in to do more, receive more views, which would equal more money, right? But did I do that? I didn't, did I? I stood on my morals and my principles, didn't I? But yeah, I'll be hated for it. I'm clout chasing, no, bro. I'm just being what I believe to be real to myself. Doesn't matter what others think of me. It matters what I think of me. Do you get it? And that goes back to all sorts of things that you lot might know me for, whether it's the crept voice note, you know, gigs, situations. I've always shown I'm not willing to roll with people just to be on, just to be lit, just to get to the bag. And it's the same thing here. I'm cool doing my thing. I'm in my own space. Doesn't matter how long it takes me. I'm on my own journey. So I say that to say, if you want to say I'm copying Andrew, I would have been better off working with Andrew. Then I guess we're just two different people with two different mindsets. And that's cool. It's not that deep, bro. But I'm just giving you the clear message as to why I move how I move. And clearly why you move how you move. That's cool, bro. But that's the difference between us. You know? So again, never no malice, never no ill intent, never here to try and sabotage somebody's momentum. Wish everybody the best. If you don't know me, you can only judge me on what you hear. I get that. But I'm not here to prove to nobody that I'm some saint. Please like me. Come on, man. What we doing here? Huh? I'm just not like them, man, doing all sorts of things for all sorts of quids. Do you know what I mean? Because one thing I will say, and this is for you people that have been on the landing, a question I have for you. If somebody came on your landing with a reputation of talking to the police, would he live on your landing? 3 words. It's over, buddy. 1 off. It's the landing, man. Make sure you're subscribed.
Fanatics.
Draw me out, that could pay in a pig. I'll be on your roof, call me Saint Nick. Caesar with me too, going ape shit. Gorillas in the zoo, we had to break shit.